5, 16, 19, 21, 30, 3 and 10. Check results. You remember?
How is everyone? It's number 10. Which means we've been going for 10 days. We've just hit double digits. That is fantastic. On the first day of 2023. Feels like good timing. Yeah. Would have been really easy if I started today. Then I would never have forgot. Well, I don't know the date, actually. I always forget the dates. But I could have just followed the dates of the months. Well, for January anyway. Then it would have got a little bit confusing. Either way, it's number 10. And, today I was thinking, I really, obviously eventually I want to start to add a bit more structure into this, a bit more like, we do the, we do the, the general greetings, how are you, you've been good, and obviously it's just me saying it to myself, there's no response, but, we do it anyway, and then we could lead into like a little this of the day, or, like a little segment, which I've usually been against but I thought, implement it in like a little thing, because in my head it's like, eventually be a little thing someone, listens to every morning with like a morning coffee or something, just like, and you want it to have some sort of substance in that regard then, instead of just being utter drivel. We can still have a little bit of that, but that is what this is at the moment. But yes, I was like, and also I want this to feel like a positive thing, you know what I mean? Positivity, talking, just whatever, and that can't really, that needs, you kind of need what are they called, sections. I said the word earlier, that word, I forgot it. You need, how do I not, I literally just said the word, not segments, and then I just had the day I just had, and on top of that, Chelsea lost, and now I just want to watch the world burn. Fuck positivity. How about some authenticity? Yeah, let's do that instead. Greta Thunberg, the little activist. I say little, she's not, I don't know if she's particularly short. That's not, anyway, the activist, I was going to say child then, but, she's 19. Anyway, the activist, Greta. This opinion, by the way, has nothing to do with Andrew Tate. I'm not an Andrew Tate, as in, I'm not a massive supporter of Andrew Tate. I don't think Andrew Tate's cool. I don't chug creatine and post Andrew Tate quotes. And I don't have entrepreneur in my bio. And also while I'm saying stuff like this, I'm also not a Tory. And I also don't like Elon Musk. There we go. Am I out the woods now? Cool. I'm just like the rest of you guys, I'm normal. Anyway, Greta just pisses me off. And that's what I mean. Bad mood. And the contrast, because I was like, I want to get into more positivity, a good little thing, to start the day. And now I'm like, fuck it, Bad day. And why fake it? There's no need to. There can be something euphoric or something, advantageous from just being negative sometimes, in the long run. And right now I feel like saying fuck Greta. And why? No particular reason. Has she done anything wrong? No, she's actually done a lot of things right. Like I said, she's an activist, and whether you find them annoying or you think they do very little, or you think they all talk, or you think that it's annoying when they lie in the street and you're trying to get to work and there's traffic, I think typically it's what people would describe as like a good job, if you even get money. I don't know how these people get paid. So obviously a good person. And is that why she pisses me off? I don't know. She just has a face that pisses me off, and like, I don't know. Has she done anything that's crazy? I guess she was young and that's why it's impressive, but it's like, okay. You think global warming's bad? Cool. Same. You said it in a big room where everyone heard you. Eloquently. Alright. Fair play, you know what I mean? Want a medal? And she'll probably get one. Apparently she's going to get a Nobel Peace Prize, so yeah, she does want a medal. But yeah, fuck it. Bad mood, so anyone can get it, including Greta. Pow pow. And she's kind of smug. I don't know. Who no else can get it? Billie Eilish makes me uncomfortable. I know she's again also an adult, but I always see clips of Billie Eilish on like Instagram and stuff, and it's just like at her shows, she's very adult. Which, if you're not a Billie Eilish fan and you just see a clip, you're like, what? Like, it's shocking because you wouldn't naturally attribute those two things, and it just makes me very uncomfortable, And I know she's like 21 maybe now, but I don't know, just been in the industry for a long time, since like young age, and I don't know, just very young. Just sort of weirds me out, like, especially because there's probably a lot of people who go to those shows who are like 30 or whatever, and like they've been listening to Billie Eilish or something, or they've just, I don't know, I'm not trying to accuse people, but there's weird people in the world. Like, she still effectively looks like a child. I feel like it's the issue here, and it just always weirds me out. Billie Eilish just weirds me out because it's like, why? And it's like, I don't know. Shut up. Billie Eilish is just a strong, independent woman. Expressing herself. Yeah, that's fine. No one's got anything against that. We love that. We love to see it. Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, come on. Tory Lanez. Fuck that guy. I'm just saying I find this more weird because, I don't know, in my head Billie Eilish is like 15 basically. Anyway, was she even that young when she got on the scene? In my head, I don't know. Maybe she never. I think she. Anyway, I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a bad fucking mood. And why am I in a bad mood? Because I'm broke. Because just can't not be broke. Because I've just been doing this every day for the part. Well, not this exact thing, this exact setup, this exact format, this exact idea. But more or less this exact lane, this exact same grind, if you will. Top G. For the past, I don't know, like 6 years, 7 years. I will say 6 years we'll keep it, and it's just like, feel like I've taken 0 steps forward. You've got two things you've got to maintain in life, unless you're just trying to be a general job, like a doctor. That's not a general job, you know what I mean? Like something you can go to uni, get a degree and become. So anything, if you're trying to be like an actor, if you're trying to be like a musician, or like a DJ, or like a interviewer, I don't know, anything that might require side hustle or like extra work on the stuff you just do in your own time, right? You kind of, obviously, to stay afloat in the meantime, you can't just be doing that or you'll literally die and be homeless. You need to make money and buy food and like do things. So you have to like do the job you do, find a job, make money, maintain, and then have your side thing you're trying to do, the acting, the music, the whatever it is, and do those things. And you got to kind of keep both of them going. At some point, you got to drop the main thing so you can put everything into one thing. But you kind of got to be going steps forward in both of them because you need the money to fuel this thing and you need this thing to keep you sane. And yeah, at the moment, and at different stages, I've went forward on one side, on like the typical job side or like the side hustle side. I've went forwards in both aspects, in terms of financial, having money, or like personal hobbies, doing what I perceive to be, that's a good step forward, that's doing well, hitting little milestones I set for myself. And I've also regressed in both of those things massively. And currently, right now, in this very state, I'm pretty much at ground zero. So maybe I took steps forward in both, and now maybe I took steps backwards, and now I'm back at zero. So like, however many years, let's just say 5 years, and feel like you're in the same place right now that you were 5 years ago, and all that stuff in between. Basically, you could have just avoided it and never done that. It wouldn't have made a difference because you're in this exact same place. That is depressing. Not that depressing though, because things could obviously be a lot worse. You could be in a situation where if you don't have money, you're genuinely fucked, and you have people you have to look after and things like that. But what's more, when I say depressing, by the way, I don't mean like literally, like but you know what I mean. Just it's not ideal. What's more depressing about it though is if you did that for the last 6 years, it's not unrealistic to say you could just be doing it all again for the next 6 years. And if you've done it for 12 years, then there's something to say you won't do it for another 12 years, and then that's 24 years, and you're like looking to your pension at some point. You know what I mean? And little things, like people don't really get it if they're not really into football, into anything. I don't know. Have you got nothing, no passions or anything? No, nothing. Well, you know what I mean, but nothing you're massively invested in going on. It's just the tip on the iceberg. For example, the everyday guy could be at work. This didn't happen to me today, but the everyday guy could be at work. He could work like construction jobs, scaffolding jobs, gets laid off from one of his jobs. Now's financially not a great time of year. It's just been Christmas. He thought he was going to be doing a big building work job for the next 2 weeks. Those guys let him off. Won't have that form of income. That's already shit. But then he goes home and he watches Spurs lose 2-0 to Aston Villa, and because he's so invested and whatever, and because it just fucks you off even more. Like, so much of the football is like, yes, I'm annoyed in this moment of the football, but also it's because I'm already having a shit day, and this is just like, it's everything else, you know, on top of it. Yeah, like I just feel like if you were crazy, rich and famous and you had no issues in the world, like you're Justin Bieber, even will have his own issues. Like he had that health thing going on recently. But you know what I mean? Just trying to imagine you're like, just everything's like pretty much 9 out of 10 every category. You got a great house. There's no worries. You could never work it and you'd be fine. Can you still have the same like level of care? What was that? Dust. Care. Like in football, you that invested. Like if you're living in some massive house and you put on the game, and like Chelsea lose or draw, or you didn't even lose, 1-1 to Nottingham Forest. Everything else going on in your life is so great. Like it's just like one little downer. Like, and then you'll turn off the TV and there'll be all these other things that will just be like and you'll be fine. Like I imagine you'd just be like you'd lose a bit of it. You wouldn't be as into it. But yeah, this has been just 13 so far minutes of just negative negative crap and a bunch of problems but no solutions. So nothing like effective or proactive being said. But I don't know. I don't feel like you always have to. Like, I feel like it's fine. Sometimes you're allowed to wallow in your own shit. And if you do, people will tell you, don't just sit there wallowing in your own shit and piss and sick and cut. I don't know. Don't just sit there wallowing in your own piss. Get up and do something about it. Or don't just sit there in your own shitty shit, right? People have it way worse than you. They'll be kids. And by the way, that's in no matter how your life is. People say that celebrities, if they've had a rough year, well, you're a celebrity, so think about the average guy who's had to go. Like if a celebrity complained about something that happened to them through COVID, and then they're not, by the way, on a public stage because that is out of touch, or like, but they were just going through it. People would tell them that people that's worse off than you, all right, and those people might be the average working class guy, and it's true they have it worse off. So, but let's not compare struggles. I think at the end of the day, because it'd be very easy for me to get some impoverished child from some whatever country and be like, yo, well, you've got it easier than them, but this kid's got it easier than you. And then equally to that kid, it'd be very easy to find some guy, some like paralyzed guy from a car crash, you know, out in wherever and be like, this guy's got it worse off than you. Like, there's always someone who's got it worse off than you. But if you like let that not let you feel however you're feeling in the moment, because there's people who are worse off than you, surely you're just bottling stuff away. Then like, oh, I can't feel annoyed. Like, say you applied for a job promotion. At the end of the day, it's not a massive deal, and you didn't get it, and you're pissed off about it. It's like, just be pissed off about it. Just get that out of the way, and then move on. Why not let yourself be pissed off just because, oh, well, there's people out there who haven't got a job at all, or there's people. It's like, okay, they don't, but I'm still pissed off, so just be pissed off. You can't help it. Yeah. And normally, I think, to be honest, as much as it would be cool to be like an uplifting thing and always on the bright side of life, if you're not naturally that way full set and you want it to just be an authentic representation of the ups and downs of every day, that's more interesting if you're doing like a daily thing, to actually see the ups and downs, and hopefully it leads to more ups. But even if it leads to a bunch of downs and it never goes up, then at least it's like a realistic representation of what most people deal with on a daily basis, and definitely more so than me, but still, it's more of a realistic representation, and it'll be more interesting to listen back to, maybe, although I probably never will. Let's be honest. This was a shorty, only 16:22, but I've got everything I want to say off my chest, and tomorrow's a Monday, fresh start of the week, and on to brighter pastures. So yeah, man. New Year's resolutions. I've got a few, but if you want God to laugh at your plans, say them out loud, which is the phrase of the day. We'll do that. Little phrase of the day, little proverb, little thing like that, because I quite like them ones. Something about it. Quite like it. No, I don't love the ones like, yo, there is, if you don't work hard, then hard works you. Invest in crypto. You know what I mean? But them ones, like, I like it. I did just nab that off Timothy Chalamet. I heard it in an interview, but I do quite like it. If you want God to laugh at your plans, say them out loud. And we've all felt that. So like, have them. Don't need to, just have them. Have them. And do what you want, actually. Do what the fuck you want. As long as it's legal and you ain't hurting anyone, go for it. On to number 11, right? I'll see you tomorrow.
Here with the kids, and I had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. He was like,